in the bottom left, losing game number 1.
CJM2's Hero.
Having a bit of a hard time these days for those playoff losses. Now,
yeah.
Coming here, losing the first game.
Over here in the upper right, in the red.
MVP Super.
If I were to win a GSL Code S, and I'm super, I would change my ID to Super Duper.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Or supercalifragilistic or something.
Yeah, and then once you also win like an overseas tournament, you can add Expialidocious.
Yeah. That's when you make that your tag. Everybody else is on Expialidocious. There's no room for sponsors even in the tag. What is that for? That's a Mary Poppins?
Yeah,
Supercalifragilistic Expialidocious?
Yeah. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow, Wolf. Wolf's like grinning at me like he's like, I made a funny. Wolf made a funny, guys. Sometimes when Wolf says something that he finds like, he's like, oh, I got it. He gives me this look and it's just like this shit-eating grin of like, I made a funny.
It's the same smile I have in my house alone when I think of something that's funny, but there's no one to hear it.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking a shower, I think of a funny joke that I'll never say.
Never tell anybody. You'll forget by the time you're blow drying your hair.
Exactly.
Hey, welcome to the studio, guys. Are those twins? They're twins. Yeah, they are twins. All right.
Good assessment.
Damn.
Something about dinner.
This is why I'm a caster, guys. I could tell when I see twins. Welcome to the studio, guys. You guys at home are welcome here anytime. Entry's free, as we always say.
Yeah. You always ask me that. My hero, no DTs, especially after what happened with Rain.
Right, everybody tweet it, hey, Fuzzy Kitty, right now.
Yeah. Tell them if you actually like DTs.
Yeah.
Protest.
Excuse me, Fuzzy Kitty, I think DTs are fine.
Protest the sign. Does GOMTV really need to allow signs like that?
I don't think GOMTV allow these
offensive.
anti-DT signs in the studio. I think it's ruining esports. Now, we have a second gate coming up here for Hero. And for Super, we've actually spent so much time getting shots out. I'm like, what's going on in this game? Okay, so far we can't glean too much from this. We do have a little bit more aggression and stability here from Hero. He's getting those second gate a little bit earlier. Super actually getting a few more gateways in the long run.
Yeah,
probes even and everything.
With that Sentry, I think he's going to expand with this. But he has like a really fast warp research, but he's chronoing, so I'm actually not 100% sure what that Sentry is going to be for. Maybe it's just for Guardian Shield with an attack or something. I don't know. He's just really been heavily chronoing that warp gate.
Well, he does have a pylon down here, and I think Hero's going to go buy the pylon.
Maybe the Sentry's at home for just in case something weird happens. He wants to have a force field at home. Well, he's walking it across, so never mind.
Yeah, and he's getting a robo base, so you know he can apply some pressure early on with the stalkers and make it look like it's something similar to the last build, and then what he's really done is just mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Could just be some mind games. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do here. I mean, right now, like, Hero sees the Sentry and he's like, what? Who walks across the map with a Sentry, you know?
Yeah, and he sees there's no Nexus. He's actually
not going to get in there.
Yeah, just barely. Shot down there. And the Stalker's over here in the front. Okay, now this could be problematic, actually. With the Mothership Core in the middle of the map. Now, lucky for him, that probe was shot down, so he knows to go back, because otherwise that army could have been sandwiched.
Yeah, that was exactly what he wanted to do. It looks like that was a very nice probe scout there.
Really nice targeting there on the probes. Also a threat to the gas mining, and on 3 gates, that's pretty important. And look at the targeting here. And he does get out.
Really nice done here by Super, but he is going to lose at least one Stalker here.
Yeah, one Stalker bumping into the other here. And now he has some more Stalkers to be made over here, but you really can't afford to lose that many Stalkers at this point in time in the game. Okay, really all down to the control here. And he is going to get that one Stalker over there. Nicely done. But that's a trade, because the other one was shut down.
Yeah, with his dying breath, he shoots that down. Now it's 5 versus 5, but a few more hit points, it looks like, for Super Stalkers, or at least Hero thinks so, because he's moving back.
I want to point out that you did call them, in fact, unknowingly, Super Stalkers.
They are Super Stalkers.
They are Super Stalkers, man.
Just like Stalkers made by Stork or Storkers.
We have the Stalkers now regrouping. Now, note the RoboBay time here. Immortals are going to be out for Super, as we are both going into a pretty intense one-base powering. It's one of these games where it's not going to be easy, especially for Hero to get his base up without taking some risk here. Then again, it's possible Super just goes and makes a Nexus shortly here because he feels safer. Super can basically go one of two ways, whereas Hero has to play defense. Super can expand. Okay, he's going to expand. He could, if he wanted to, try to put more pressure on there, maybe not as safe. And in fact, because of this, both the Nexuses are starting at the same time.
Yeah.
Hero just trying to come out here and feign some pressure since he has Blink. Whoa. Whoa.
Well,
wow.
two Stalkers there. That
Great
was actually
control.
very well done.
Yeah.
Very patient.
Gotta say, Super was really not on top of his army. He wasn't babysitting his army back there.
No, definitely not. But this is kind of weird. The Stargate that comes down here. I almost feel like it's for Void Rays because, I mean, Oracle Harass this late in the game can work, especially if it's really not, it's not scouted, it's not expected, then suddenly you're out in the middle of the map, then it could do well, but, like, I don't know. Void Ray transition is just not standard at all, not normal. But he's skipping the Robo, you know, that's what I find weird about this.
It could be that he feels like he's behind, he feels like he can only win the Harass. I mean, you've got Hero only showing Stalkers, right? And it's going to be the Oracle. You were right, Wolf. He's got Hero only going for the showing the Stalkers. So if I'm Super, I'm going to keep making, Immortals here. But the truth of the matter is, an Oracle could just get inside the main and kill off all the workers. So that's something to keep in mind. The Stalkers too. Stalkers alone against Immortals with Blink are usually able to outmaneuver the Immortals. So
yeah,
let's see here. And you could see he's actually drawing Super farther and farther into the middle of the map.
Exactly, that's what he wants to do here. Very well done and very well said, Tasis. Like, he's very clearly trying to bring him away from the mineral line so this Oracle can do damage, and it's working out really well for him because this is one way to get back into the game. Because I feel like otherwise, if he doesn't do massive amount of damage here, he just doesn't have any Immortals out. The first Colossus is on the way for Super. So here we go. There's nothing here. He's been drawn all the way into the middle of the map. What a great move here by Hero. And the mining interruption. Whoa, okay, he got 3 kills now. He could have had 5 back there, but he miscontrolled a little bit. That's fine. He turns back around. The Stalkers are now up here to defend. The thing I'm asking myself, Wolf, is was that enough damage? Yeah, I'm not
sure. To get a Stargate out like that, to get some probes?
300 gas for 3 probes, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, the Stargate tech is not useful from here. So now we have Super, who's light years ahead in his Robo tech. I mean, he already has 3 Immortals out, and the Colossi is about to come out now.
Yeah, just popped out right now as you're saying that. And he's got range on the way. He's got +1 just slightly ahead as well.
I think Super should, if there's more engagements like this, Super should win this.
Yeah. The Blink Stalker tech just loses its value over time in this matchup.
Well, I think especially if the guy's going for robotics tech, and it's lasted this long. Like, let's say he got in there and he got 8 probes and we continue to chase him around. Oh, he's got to be careful. He cannot lose that.
Well, a lot of Stalkers here, but I think it's almost like those 3 Immortals are pretty much almost enough to beat them on their own.
This is not one of the best maps to blink into the main either. All right, well.
He's actually just going to fight this Immortal straight up to eliminate its shields.
All right, I don't know if that was worth it at all. And he gets
that
gun down. Okay, that was just not worth it at all. I mean, it's already getting its shields back. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know what this.
It's almost like he was like trying to prep for Blink in to kill one Immortal and then run away.
It's like he was trying to prove something. Okay, well, from here, Super moves down the map because the Oracle's not a threat. In fact, nothing's really a threat.
It's going to have
go
range.
Down to the expansion. Yeah. Now the Hero's trying to do a counterattack here, or at least get the Zell counterattack. I thought he was going to try to go around with the Stalkers too.
He sends the Colossus back. Or no, that's a Mothership before he sends back. Excuse me.
Okay. From here, I think he can just attack into the space. The gateways are going to help keep out most of the army, but they are not going to be that useful taking this much damage and being killed off later on.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is he's got range on these Colossi, so the Colossi can actually fight over the gates as he targets the army on the other side, whereas he doesn't have range, so the gates are going to work against him while he tries to approach the army.
Oh, my God.
Oh, move command. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
I don't even know if he's actually following this right now, or if he's just warping stuff in back at home, but that walk through that army, now, that could have killed that Stalker army easily.
Yeah. Oh, that would have wrecked that Stalker army. He ended up saving his Colossi. Well, I don't want to say saving because it definitely wasn't by his hands, but they did not die, and that's important.
Stalkers now moving out here to the upper left.
Can actually blink away with this. Wow, if Super ends up losing this game, he's going to be kicking himself, man, for that one.
Yeah, I mean, he does get to pick the next map. I think they can be intercepted here by the Colossi.
Oh, yeah, they can. Really good control here, using that range. So
okay,
low on those hit
I
points.
think we might have a regroup here and another timing attack. That's a pylon there in the top center, is that correct? I believe that's warping and zealots.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's where the warping point is. And also, one of the reasons why our Protoss Super here is probably not going to get another base up for a while. Now he's coming down here and pushing in. Does Hero have thermal lance? Yeah, they both have thermal lance.
4-2 Colossi, though. And he's using his own gateway wall against him here, just poking those down.
Yeah, and this is a big interruption for reinforcements, as the third gateway should be taken out shortly here.
Notice he leaves the one in the middle, so it creates a choke point for those units to actually struggle to walk through. He's got a lot of Immortals trying to come over here, though. I don't know. I just think this is way too much Super Army here.
Yeah, well, he's got the range on him. That Nexus is going to finish at the bottom center for Hero, but it's possible that Super's going to regroup and attack it again. Super with a 30 supply lead here.
Yeah, he can just wait for another round of Warpins.
Okay, and that pylon goes down here, so he's not going to have the counterattacking ability. We have Archons being made here. The Zealot Archon is the most replenishable, the easiest to remake and immediately have a powerful army ready for battle.
Exactly.
But again, the Colossi count continuing to go up here. It looks like, for the time being, Hero's actually given up on making more Colossi. It's a race he's never going to win at, so he's trying to switch his tech.
That was a really good time warp. It's going to buy him a lot more time
really
on that
smart
tech switch that you're talking about. He's got the better upgrades, too, right now. It's +2 to +1. +2 is getting closer for Super. Although he does have the armor.
By the way, he does not have probes mining from that expansion yet. That's not being used just yet here. Now, these Stalkers are counterattacking here, but again, these are Stalkers that will be picked off here. Oh, wow, I didn't expect that. Nicely done. He does actually take that out.
That's really nicely done. He's actually forcing probes off the line as well. They're going to go down that third base anyways, it looks like, but
one
still.
Thing you got to give to Hero is this entire series, he's had fantastic harass.
His control has been really good, too.
No, these Stalkers cannot blink into the jungle, so they're going to have to go somewhere else. The probe transfer has just now happened, although that was very late.
Like blinking at the jungle, suddenly they're in jungle base, and it's 2011 all over again. He's like, oh, this map's not in the pool.
What was that old map in Brood War? Was it Jungle Story? I think is what it was called.
Jungle something.
I think it was. I'm not sure.
It's not Jungle Japes, was it?
No, what? Well, we'll give me that good again. Well, nothing's ever been called Jungle Japes in the history of the world, actually.
I swear I've heard that before somewhere.
I don't know.
Maybe it's like an old StarCraft II map that was like never on the ladder or something. I don't know.
It could be. So we have the Hallucinated Phoenix here. Now note, he is saying that the probes haven't been mining from there for a little while. So this is another reason why Super's got a supply lead. Very tough for both parties to know who's ahead in supply, but one thing Super is for sure aware of is that he's got a bigger Colossi count. And that's very scary in this situation. Also, sending Zealots down here is Super to hit that expansion while he hits the Death Ball that's over here just outside of the second. This is a great move here by Super.
Yeah, he's not going to force this army to be in an awkward position. He's going to start taking some damage down. That Time Warp is so good! This is probably just going to end the game. Way too many Colossi. He's got the better arc. Those Time Warps, man, that is all he needs.
Yeah, look at that. The Colossi can't even be microed out of that. The Time Warp's closing this game out. As we have 6 Colossi up here against a weakened 3, and nothing they can do out here. The third will go down. There's no counterattack opportunity here for Hero. This one Colossus completely just out of location of his base, and that's going to be, I mean, GG. Wow, Super, really convincing game there. Super's going to go up to fight perhaps the best Protoss in today's group, SOS.
And you know, with PvP like he just showed us, man, he might be able to get out of the group in first place, which would be a big shocker to many.
He certainly has a shot. Hero very disappointed with that. He will go on to face off against Reality, our only Terran here today. I hope he prepared enough for Protoss versus Terran.
Yeah, I hope so too. You know, if I'm Hero, I'd probably be confident enough to think I'm probably going up to that winners match to beat SOS, but I don't know, man. He's got to prepare a little bit for a Terran. That's the awkward part of this group for all 3 Prosses. They have to prepare for PvP, but there's a chance they play against Terran, so
Yeah, so you don't want to get knocked out just because you had one bad PvP and then there was a match we weren't prepared for.
Yeah.
We're going to see if he is prepared for that in a little bit here. But first, we're going to take a short break and then go to the winner's match and see who will be the first to get out of today's group here in GSL Code A.